Perhaps it would be helpful to consider these dimensions with geometric shapes and how a shape in 2D, as it evolves to the third dimension, how it becomes more interesting. It has more options. And as we go to the fourth dimension, it becomes even more so. In fact, when this geometric object evolves to the fifth dimension, then that is where we understand a wrinkle in time, as the quantum physicists and quantum scientists begin to understand what time actually is, because it ceases to exist. And this has been proven scientifically over and over again. It ceases to exist, at least in the sense of how it's understood in the third dimension, where this very sort of sparse, linear thinking, past, present, and future, it becomes much grander, and it is essentially heaven on earth when we enter into the fifth dimension, at least as we understand heaven from our third dimensional perspective. So as we start to become more aware and conscious, we also begin to experience options and choices that are not available to us in the third dimensional box. There are many rooms in my Father's mansion, and much more room as we climb the dimensions, as we ascend the dimensions via our frequencies, our vibrations of thought. However, we invest so much of our attention in the motion and the noise of the third dimension, reacting to our past and worrying about the future, that we place very little of our cautious attention in the present moment. This push and pull between our past and future makes it difficult to become quiet enough to hold our attention consciously on our present time choices for the life that is actually before us. In the third dimension, law of attraction responds to the noise, motion, and reaction we hold within us, giving back to us more of the same. By understanding and living the aspects of the fourth dimension, we can interrupt all those unconscious, emotionally charged reactions and instead consciously choose the outcome we desire, thereby allowing the law of attraction to give us new, positive, and uplifting desires. In the present time, the moment defines the present moment, the perfect present moment of the here and now, defines the fourth dimension. Being in the here and now, being undisturbed, unperturbed by concerns for things in the past which we have no control over, and the future which is equally as beyond our control. So the present moment, being perfectly within the moment, defines the fourth dimension. Learning to experience yourself in the present moment is the most important choice you can make in moving forward on your journey. Have you ever had the experience of being completely focused on something and suddenly realizing an hour has passed? There is no hour in the fourth dimension. There is simply present time. If you are doing something interesting, enjoying yourself and totally absorbed in it, you are standing upon the fourth dimensional platform and experiencing present time. If you are expending energy figuring out the past and worrying about the future, you have slipped back into the third dimension. The moment you bring worry, doubt, or fear into your fourth dimensional present time space, you instantaneously return to the third. If you find yourself arguing, yes, but what about this, or what about that? Then know it's your rational mind coming up with a set of answers to keep you in the safe third dimensional box. If you ask why, stay in blame, or look for answers from your past experiences and then re-experience those old emotional patterns and pain, you have returned to the third dimension. Remember, the rational mind only knows what it knows. It does not know what it does not know. So when you receive new information that doesn't fit the rational mind's model, it will argue with that information, trying to adjust, bend, and turn and twist it so it can make sense of it. The fourth dimensional platform gives you access to your soul, to higher aspects of yourself, and to your spiritual abilities, which allow you to see and hear on a grand scale. The rational mind can't comprehend the higher aspects of who you are because they are far too bright and big. The rational mind invalidates, rejects, and pushes against any information it does not understand. And that argument goes back and forth and around in your head. When you cautiously choose or recognize these various aspects as platforms, then you can move on to the fourth dimensional platform and allow the expansion to flow without the argument. The structure of the fourth dimension provides you with a greater sense of ease, possibility, and capability than those of the third. For example, while third dimensional present time is a charged, reactionary moment influenced by our past, fourth dimensional present time is a quiet now moment. In fourth dimensional present time, you are aware of the past and future, but are not held in the emotions or constructs of a past or future that has not occurred as yet. Your focus is only in this very moment, and you are aware of the past and future from what is happening right now. We only exist in the now, but most of us hold very little of our attention in the present moment. We are consumed by past experiences and projected worries. Ironically, because we don't understand the structures of the dimensions, this fear runs through our mental and emotional bodies, affecting our physical health and keeping us bound to the third dimension. Our physical bodies only know present time. Bodies can't know yesterday or tomorrow. As conscious beings aligned within the fourth dimension, we can function absolutely in this now of present time, awareness, and attention. In the fourth dimension, past and future time also change significantly. The fourth dimension presents the opportunity to be able to observe the past without unconsciously attaching old emotions or pain or fear to the experience of the past. Emotions can only be experienced in present time. In present time, the past is simply history without an emotional charge or painful memory. Yesterday's pain has no bearing on today or tomorrow. The information, knowledge, and wisdom gained from the past assist us in making better decisions about our current and future well-being. Yesterday has no bearing on tomorrow, other than you can take the information learned in the past and choose to apply it to a present or future present time moment. The eternal present is all there is. You can still plan for future events using information gathered from the past, but your decisions become cautious, deliberate choices made in this present moment. While the future is an opportunity waiting to be fashioned, it is in this now moment that choices are made. And it is in this now moment that the choice is made for you to hit the subscribe button, leave this video a thumbs up, and stay tuned for further information disseminations and video offerings from the Umbanda New Earth Ashram for compassion, strength, and living life in the present moment, the perfect here and now, as Sananda, seventh dimensional Jesus, has taught us, in the conscious choice of the perfect here and now.
Namaste, Namaskaram.